So yeah, while we are waiting, I'm gonna pray to God that we do get something similar to what we did with the last doubleheader, in which we had 7-1 really early with Small Mario and no possible way to do the clip. Um, yeah, it's not a really fun position to be in when you're a runner yourself. But now that I could actually kick back and relax and actually watch the match, I'm sure it'll it'll lend itself to a lot of amusement for sure. It'll be either that or 7-6. And it looks like we have World 1 to start. Doesn't really look like a terrible layout to start. It looks like we're only going to have 2 levels to contend with. First of which is going to be 3-9, home of the infamous H-jump in the vanilla game. Although I don't think that the enemy set is really going to be lending itself to that opportunity. It's especially scarier with Small Mario. You have no idea what's going to be on the ground once you get to those ice blocks, as we see on DLP's on jkoper's side. Sorry. All right, so they're both making their way past the H blocks as we speak, and they'll be in the water shortly. All right, so it looks like jkoper is frozen just momentarily, just so that they can sync up. And there we go. Looks like DLP is going to be the first one into the water. It'll be the first one wrapping up 3-9. So, being that there is a bridge in front of the castle, it will be required. So we could be pretty positive that 1F is not going to be the fort we're coming up on next. And it looks like we're going to be in 5F1. So yeah, this level is especially scary in Randomizer just because you have those rotodiscs with the reverse trajectory sometimes. The direction they rotate is randomized as well. So sometimes they could just smack you right in the face and lend itself to some jump setups that aren't really as compatible in Randomizer. But yeah, unfortunately, jkoper taking a bit of a dip in the lava, so DLP will be the first one to wrap up Boom Boom, taking no damage in the process. Very well done. So we'll see what airship we're going to be starting with first. So just as a reminder, this is going to be Group 2 no end card, so hammers will be able to break locks. Alright, so we're starting off on the World 1 airship, so yeah, it's going to be quasi-vanilla start here. So Larry's going to be on his home turf, and we'll see how many stomps it takes. And it's only going to be 2. So very nice. Going to be advancing to the next world. I know I predicted World 2 as the first world that we were going to start with, but now that we started with World 1, I'm going to go with 2 again and hope that we can maybe get a vanilla order. Not something you see very often. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to be the first item we get from the Peach letter. Couldn't quite make that out. I'm going to guess that was a music box, though. I could be wrong, though. So yeah, we're going to be starting off with 2 forts right in the beginning of the World 6 map, and starting off with 4F1. So yeah, this is another very nasty level to go in with relatively vulnerable Mario. But yeah, it looks like DLP is doing a little bit of damage boosting, and he's making his way through those thwomps very, very nicely. And a very, very solid 4F1 for sure. Alright, so that was indeed a music box. I was not mistaken. So looks like DLP is going to skip that first fort that was right at the start of World 6, and he's just going to keep moving forward. Usually my general rule of thumb is see a fort, play a fort, because especially in World 6, it can be especially punishing if you're trying to take shortcuts along the way, and then you have to backtrack once you realize that the bridge in front of the castle, potentially, could force you to backtrack anyway and lose you some extra time. Personally, I would just play all 3 at once, but I could definitely respect the gamble at the same time. So yeah, it looks like jkoper is going to do that fort, and it was 2F. So we'll see who was right if either of them ended up being required. So we saw DLP broke a pretty useless lock. Well, I shouldn't say useless. It looked like he did have to play the fort anyway. But yeah, not the one that was necessarily in front of obstructing any castle. I should correct. And it looks like he gets a cloud for his trouble in that Hammer Bro fight. Very nice. That's something you really like to see pretty early on. Alright, so in the second Bro fight, we have a star. Not too bad. So far, we're actually pretty consistent with the items that you would normally get in the vanilla game. Alright, so we're doing a little bit of musical transition pipes to see if any of them lend themselves to a shortcut. Just as a reminder, there is 4 transition pipes in World 6, so if all 4 of them are right at the beginning of the map, they're really not going to do us any favor, and we're going to in for a long haul as far as the pathway of levels is concerned. Looks like DLP froze up a little bit. I know that he was having some technical issues beforehand, but yeah, in the meantime, looks like jkoper is making his way through the Air Force. Doing some careful platforming. You never want to stomp the rocket wrench and then just end up jumping right off one of those platforms. And he gets through there all right. Very nice. Got a bit of a mini marathon. I think that was a movement of 4. Alright, so getting a little caught up by those sledge bros, but already have the fire flower equipped, so it's no trouble. Oh wow, that looked like it was frame perfect. It looks like jkoper tried to break the block at the same time that the sledge bro jumped, so it looks like he was just jumping in the middle of midair. That was really cool. Alright, so we're going to be coming up on 6-5 next. So, yeah, not really a pleasant level you like to see in Randomizer. It generally isn't too bad as far as the gimmick is concerned and then just flying up to the upper section, but you also want to be really careful about what enemies are lingering above. Normally in the vanilla game you would have 2 nippers to contend with, but in Randomizer you never know what's going to be just dropping down on your head. It could be a pile driver, it could be one of those Karibo shoes. Always good to be a little cautious, especially when you're getting ready to wind up. But yeah, unfortunately, jkoper taking a little bit of damage, so he's gonna have to run back in and grab a leaf. But yeah, I don't know about anybody else, but it's a little frozen on my side. So we'll see if we can get either of them back up and running. Okay, so jkoper has his leaf. Be careful with that. Oh, looks like that Goomba shoe just respawned. Or was that just another one that just happened to be on the ground? Alright, and we're through there. Meanwhile, it looks like DLP was able to find his way to the exit at the end of the World 6 map, so looks like he also got the off-screen 1-grab at the same time. Very nicely done. So it'll be interesting to see what world we have next. So each of them should have a cloud at their disposal, so we'll see what levels the next one has in store for us, and if we're gonna be seeing any early usage of it. Oh, nice, and we get a P-Wing for our trouble. Alright, we're gonna be starting off with hand 1. Not really the most pleasant set of Hammer Bros. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what item we're going to get, because whatever's in this, whatever is at the end of this hand will also be at the same item that we'll see in hands 2 and 3, if we encounter them later on. And it's going to be a star, so not exactly what we were looking for, but I'm sure there's definitely going to be some opportunities where it'll certainly come in use, especially with Hammer Bro fights or the Piranha levels in World 7. But it doesn't look like DLP has a cloud in order to break the lock to Wendy, so he's going to have to backtrack and do a little bit of hunting. So it looks like he's going to be winding up to get some P-Speed in 1-4. We'll see if he's able to land all the platforming. Oh, he had good start so far, but yeah, just barely miscalculated. I think he would have made it if he didn't do that turn back. Interestingly enough, it is actually possible to get P-Speed in this level without the turn back. But yeah, it's a little scary just because you have to cut it so close with a very tiny jump. Meanwhile, it looks like jkoper is doing some catching up. He's on the World 3 airship. So he's going to be joining DLP in World 3 as well. Meanwhile, it looks like DLP just cleared up 1-4. We're on 7-3 next. So yeah, this one is that's a pretty fun and swag P-Speed strat that you could do in vanilla, but doesn't really have the same level of consistency in Randomizer, just because there are some enemies like the Bob-ombs and the Spinies we see that don't really lend themselves to the high stompage. So gotta have to do a little bit of detouring to get around that. Alright, so we're coming up on yet another Hammer Bro fight, and let's see what we got. And it is another P-Wing. Yeah, personally, whenever I encounter these Hammer Bro fights, I'm always at least hoping it's going to be a Cloud or a Hammer. But very often it doesn't really work out that way. But P-Wings are not necessarily bad items. There's very few places I can really think to use them whenever I'm doing a randomizer race. But yeah, that's usually why I try to avoid Hammer Bros as much as I can, unless it's pretty early in the game and we have some tough levels that really justify going for them and spending those extra 12 seconds. So now jkoper's making his way through hand 1. He's gonna get his star as well. So DLP is still trying to weigh his decisions on which route he wants to take in order to reach that fort. So yeah, looks like jkoper just got the bad news as well. He doesn't have a hammer either, so he's gonna have to do some digging around as well. DLP having a really good time in 2-1, finishing off with I think a 288. Love to see that. All right, coming up on 4-2 on DLP side. So yeah, got that nice snipe on that fire piranha. It looks like he's doing a pretty good job maintaining P speed. So see if he's able to make through the pipe once his screen decides to unfreeze. Yeah, I think that was a very good choice on jkoper's side, going for that power up. Definitely not the sort of situation where you really want to risk going for P-Speed strats. I'll definitely be in favor of going for a little bit of safety in exchange for not dying. Ooh, just barely short hopped that jump and just went right into that Koopa. I hate to see it. And he was right at the end too. That's gonna cost him a little bit more time. Yeah, see DLP wrapping up 5F2. So I do believe that was the only other fort that we saw on the World 3 map. So I do believe he should be set for the for Wendy now. I do believe that lock should be broken. So he'll be making his way back to the beginning. It looks like did a bit of a pit stop for that coin chip, and he gets a P-Wing for his trouble. So now I think he has 2 or 3 in his inventory now. He still has the extra cloud to play with, so I'm guessing he's anticipating the possibility of seeing either 7-5 or Atlantis or 6-6. But we haven't, this has been a pretty good seat so far, if you ask me. We haven't had any terribly problematic levels so far. Alright, so we're on the World 4 airship, so we're gonna be fighting Wendy on some really awkward platforms once we enter the boss arena. So hopefully DLP gets a Fire Flower so he can probably have an easier time with the Wendy fight. Star is not bad either. How many hits is she going to be? Alright, so it's not going to be a thick Wendy, but Alright, so it's just going to be a standard fare, 3 hits, and she's out of here. Meanwhile, welcome Raiders from SpeedGaming 4. Alright, so for those who are just joining us, we have jkoper versus DLP in the round 2 of the losers bracket for the SMB3 Randomizer tournament. And we just finished Worlds 1, 6, and 3, so do get your guesses in on what's going to be next. And it looks like it's going to be World 2. Alright, so it looks like that that fort is going to be required with the lock right in the way, and we're going to be in 8F. And yeah, I would say that was definitely a good use of the P-Wing, so that you can just get a nice damage boost off of those roto discs. So he'll have an easy time just grabbing the Fire Flower and then just making his way over to the conveyor belts. We'll see if he's able to get that one cycle. Meanwhile, it looks like jkoper almost had a very perfectly clean set, 2-1. Did a really good job maintaining that P speed, but really hard to anticipate when that Paragoomba is going to show up. So it looks like DLP was very close to the 1 cycle, but I think that because of that damage and turn back, he had to do a little bit of recourse. But we'll see if he's going to wait it out or he's just going to damage boost under the spikes. And indeed he does. So 1, 2, and 3 stomps and Boom Boom's out of here. jkoper in a bit of a tight situation with so much stuff coming at him between the projectiles and the cheeps. Just got to keep moving forward. Oh wow, that's not very often that you get caught by that that rogue chain chomp as you're falling into 5-2. Oh no! Oh, that's so mean. Oh, I've never encountered such a rough enemy set for a 5-2. Oh, and what a frame to freeze onto. Oh, dude. That's rough. I've never seen a situation where you get hit by the chain chomp and a rogue patooey at the same time. Alright, so coming up we have the pyramid panel, but is it the pyramid? No, it's going to be 3-7, so will DLP be going up to the clouds in order to get his next item? I do believe that the auto-scroller is turned on for this. Yeah, so he's still going to be having to wait around for 11 to 12 seconds before he grabs his item. And hopefully it's a good one to justify that time he's going to be spending. jkoper still having a bit of a rough time in 4-2, and with that he does get a game over, but he does get to backtrack to the beginning of the map, so maybe this was a strategic decision in order to have easier access to Wendy. Well, it looks like DLP is making his way through 5-3. Probably a good idea to be taking it a little bit carefully, especially with the fire plant just right around the other side. Ooh, just jumped a little bit too early. So yeah, that's probably gonna lend the opportunity for jkoper to do a little bit of catching up. Is yeah, taking a death right at the bottom of 5-3, especially with that nasty enemy set, that's probably going to set you back a good 30 to 40 seconds. Also, sincere apologies for the technical difficulties we seem to be having. Looks like stream is a little bit frozen, so we'll try to get that back up and running as soon as possible.
Well, hello there.
Oh, and we're joined behind the mic with Sharkit. How's it going?
All fine. Yeah, I was just finishing out like the interviews because yeah, the second seed from Haxor and Raikou was kind of tough, but I'm so happy to be joining you here in this match in between jkoper and DLP. Let me
Yeah, it's good to have you as well. I hope that the rest of the commentary for that match went well. And yeah, if you're just joining us now, yeah, we've had a pretty decent seed so far. We've had very few really problematic levels. I think that the first one we're really seeing is DLP in 5-3 with a pretty nasty enemy set. I do believe that both of them have a cloud in their inventory right now, and looks like the Bros and the Peach Blooders have been really generous with giving away P-Wings. But looks like DLP has a pretty substantial lead right now by a good 2 or 3 levels. jkoper, I think, took an intentional game over so that he could reset to the beginning of the World 3 map so that he can have easier access to Wendy. So now they're both in the same world now. Looks like they both just wrap things up.
All right then. I got to see that the pipes were kind of placed in a really inconvenient place. I don't know, but not sure if there was like a lock in between them. So, but we're going to catch that up later, I guess. Right now, we got to see jkoper strolling with 8F. He just took a death right at almost at the end of the level, and you hate to see that. That is specifically with those waffle lives.
It looks like we didn't spend too much time in World 2. It looks like we had some pretty reasonable rounding because it feels like I just blinked and then DLP is just finishing up Morton. So 21 minutes in and we're about halfway done with the seed. So we've played, I think, 1, 6, 3, and 2. So that leaves 5, 4, 7, and 8.
Well, I hope it's World 7 coming up because I gotta love World 7 layouts in Randomizer.
You can certainly speak for yourself, but as a fellow runner, it usually makes or breaks me depending on how badly I'm paying attention to the routing.
Well, unlucky for me, it was World 4, so they still have chance of, continuing, playing more levels before we get to get them getting lost in the pipe maze. Well, right now we get to see DLP with strolling with 610. How did he didn't take damage to that? Oh my god, to that
Yeah,
fireball.
that was some really impressive dodging for between those two chain jumps. He just went right between them, just threaded that needle very nicely.
Yeah, definitely. And
oh my god, I don't know if you saw the DLP playing 5-2 before, but yeah, he got double hit by the rogue chain chomp, and then the Patui just dropped right down on him. It's not very often that I see an enemy set that mean.
Oh no. I mean, I don't know if that was like meaner than the one that I got to see in Haxor and Riker match. That it was the pipe beta level, the one that you have to go straight down first. And they were like all full of nippers, rope champs, and patuis. Like, you cannot build P-speed. Like, that was a mind area. I don't know. And get to
I only got to see a few minutes of that match between Haxor and jkoper, so I'll certainly be interested in looking at that VOD later. But yeah, DLP is doing a really solid job with 4-4, just getting through there with no damage. And jkoper choosing to forego the item in 3-7, which ended up being a P-wing before, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Right now we had like DLP is struggling a little bit with the Chungos, but I don't know if this is well, a mushroom is always like well received, but at the same time it could be like meh.
Alright, coming up on Super Tank. Yeah, this is definitely one of those levels where you could save an extra second if you happen to have a Fire Flower, so you could just snipe out those Rocky Wrenches on the bottom.
Oh, what a massive dodge from jkoper and that Piranha. Like, he was just like right next to that Piranha, he didn't take damage, and that was incredible. And I think it was a mandatory for him fanfare, so he can actually replenish some lives for him in case he doesn't want to take out another game over.
We've seen some really impressive dodging from both of them tonight. This is going to be the battle of the Clutch Kings. Oh, we get another cloud from that coin ship. Very nice. But we've already played some of the longest maps in the game, so yeah, with any luck, they'll probably be saving it to the very end, which is a strategy that I really like to do as well, but hopefully they don't end up going wasted because, just really, really short routing and simple layout.
Yeah, definitely. And I got to see that this World 4 layout was a little bit, it is quite long because they had to play almost every level. Like, I think the only one that DLP just skipped it was, the one that he had to pick in between, the top level or the bottom level, like right before the bridge. But seriously, this is a really, really long World 4.
It's not very often that happens. It usually ends up being one or the other. Either it's really simple and you only play one level, or you're going to be in for the long haul.
Oof, and right now jkoper almost had that awkward situation. With that 6-4 with that spinner at the end.
Right, DLP having some really good flight skills in 6F2, able to go right underneath the underpass. And he's going to maintain his tail going to Boom Boom.
Right now we get to see that jkoper is actually just farming up some items just in case he is going to need them later. But oh my god,
I got the special tile and
yeah, I got to see that. Well, it would be lovely to have that mushroom, but in case he wouldn't be actually struggling with any cannonballs or anything in this airship. This is pretty much like the patience airship. And apparently it's a 4 or a 5 hitter Iggy. Like this Iggy's tonight have been really, really buffed.
Yeah, we've seen some thick Iggies tonight. Some thickies. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and guess that World 7's gonna be next. I don't think we've seen that one yet.
Yeah, I'm still going with World 7. I want World 7. Please come up. Please come up.
I don't know, should we be rooting for them to get lost in the pipes? Will it be
yes
entertaining for them?
And I was like, yes, I summoned it. That was manifested. And just, of course.
Okay, I think that's a perfectly reasonable compromise. You get to enjoy them getting lost in the pipes, and I get to enjoy 7F2. We both win.
Hey, I think that the thing that you're pointing out is way meaner. I don't know. This level can be, like I mentioned, it can be mixed feelings towards it, because in Randomizer you cannot get you can just get away with the peace strat, and if you do, you're god gaming basically. And right now jkoper, I think we saw that he took a death right now with those with these enemies in 610, and I think he wants he wants that item to get rid of these fire chumps that are upcoming next on this 610 level.
Yeah, it looks like DLP went the extra mile to play a little bit carefully in the bottom section of 7F2, and it looks like it's going to pay off for him quite well since he was able to maintain his fire flower at the end. Ooh, 1-6 is going to be one of those levels where it's actually more beneficial to have a leaf, just that you don't have to worry about whatever enemies in the air in case you want to skip this this slow lift section.
Yeah, but on the other side, it was we just got to see that DLP just had to play the fort, enter to a pipe, and he's in the promised land. So he's basically going to finish out this World 7 like really fast. Yeah, he's going to skip that 9 tile right there, and he's up to mid with Ludwig right now in his like main airship.
Yeah, I think that was a really smart idea too. You're pretty far into the game that you don't really need any more items. You have pretty much everything that you need, especially if you fought a decent amount of Hammer Bros. And once you're in your 6th or 7th world in the seed, just start burning those clouds, no matter what it might be, just to make sure that they don't, go to waste. Even if it ends up being a short level in hindsight, it's like you have no way of knowing in advance. Any sort of time save that you can that you can squeeze out of them, just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the only level that would be like really like not worth to be skipping with the cloud, it would be 1-1. Like, that's the only one that I can actually think, because even 1-2 in Randomizer, I mean, you cannot do some piece with strats because the enemy layout, and yeah, you cannot actually save up to, I don't know, 20 seconds probably, 25 if you play it like not optimal. So
I don't know. 1-1 can be deceptively tricky in Randomizer, especially since Boss Pass and Angry Sun can show up at the same time.
I've never seen that before. Seriously, like Angry Sun and Boss facing 1-1. That sounds terrible.
Well, actually, I should take that back. I don't know if they show up at the same time, but I've seen them on separate occasions.
Oh yeah. Right now,
Yeah,
we get to.
I'm
Go
sorry,
ahead. You go ahead.
I didn't really have anything important to say. Don't mind me.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we're on. All right, looks like DLP making his way through 4F2 very nicely. Just barely able to clutch out that last kill out with the star, and he's able to maintain his piece speed. Very nicely done.
Yeah, just realized that in this World 4 layout there were like any locks inside, to be able to bypass and skip the tons of levels, and apparently jkoper was backtracking probably to get faster to the 4th, or maybe not. Yeah, he had to play almost every level as well, so. And right now we have DLP in 7-3 with a P-Wing, I guess.
Yeah, I think if I was DLP, I would have just ditched my my tail right away, just because the acceleration is just so awkward whenever you're doing a jump. But then again, he does have a P-wing, so I guess that's not too bad. Your acceleration's actually pretty decent when you're on the ground.
Is there like any difference if you're running with the tail like normally, and running with the tail with the P-wing? Like, there's a major difference in between them?
Well, with the P-wing, you have the opportunity to just accelerate right away, and whereas with the tail, with just the regular tail, you're on a timer that lasts about 4 seconds. But they both have very similar jumping physics, which makes them a little hard to control in a level like that. And especially when you're on the timer with the star, you want to maximize how much time you have in general.
Alright, see, this type of information you could be like the only one that can provide it, so thank you so much.
Oh, we're gonna get a nice star kill on Boom Boom in 6F1. Love to see that.
That's seriously vanillish for me. I love to see star kills in other forts that are not like 6F1, like those star kills in 4F1 right after you do like those awkward jump-ins right after the one tile gap. It's so rewarding.
Yeah, it's not very often you see it in 8F, but that could happen too, and also in 3F1 if you decide to go for door 5 and it's there.
Yeah, in 3F1 I've seen them, and in 8F, yeah, it's quite it's not that usual that it happens, but I also seen that, and it's, yeah, getting star kills, it's always like really good to watch.
It's unfortunate that you can't do it in 1F because it just sinks too much time just clipping through that wall, even if you get it first try. But yeah, it looks like DLP is going to be in the first one in World 8, so great equalizer begins.
Oh no!
Oh, that's definitely one level that DLP did not want to see, especially given his limited inventory, and I don't think he has any other fire flowers on hand. So he's gonna have to rely on the other forts to give him his power-ups that he needs for Bowser.
Well, to be fair, he knew that it was going to be a level because it was really recently, right? That the runners discovered that whenever the two of the tanks appears in the world overlay and one of them disappears, that's the level, right? And the other one's the fort.
Yeah, that was actually a tip that Riker Ryder gave me a couple days ago. That's actually my first time hearing that information. I haven't had a chance to test it myself, but that's actually really good to keep in the back of your head whenever you have a seed that lends itself to that sort of setup.
Yeah, good news it was that Atlantis was stuck like in a really like no way out like a situation. Like you don't have to play it like a complete. I mean, you don't have to play it at all. So taking a death was definitely something really good to do.
Oh yeah, Angelic Jade is asking us to repeat that last note that you mentioned about the tanks. So yeah, if both tanks are on the same screen at the same time, and you happen to have another level that's right by you, you can tell which one's apart, like which one's the fort and which one's the level, just by the way the icons look on the map as you're transitioning into that level. So the one that's actually the fort will just disappear right away as you're transitioning, and the level will just fade in, like fade to black with the rest of the map.
Yeah, right now we have a DLP finishing up this fort and it okay, it breaks up that lock. There's another lock right there. Is this going to be a quick and it is! Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't even realize that DLP had that extra fire flower in his inventory. My mistake.
He's ready to go. Oof, he didn't get the elevator clip.
I generally prefer not to go for the elevator clip in rando just because I don't want to run the risk of getting sideswiped by the hot foot or a dry bones edge dropping down from the candle. Plus, you get to skip the rotodisc going up to the top of the stairs. Definitely want to be more cautious of them rather than vanilla, just because of the reverse directions you can sometimes encounter. And we get a first try clip going into Bowser. Very nice.
We get a mac and cheese in there. Oh my god.
Easy.
Easy every time, right? King of clips. So we have this fire kill to Bowser right now and DLP. Ooh, oh my god, that was so close. Oh my god.
That was swag as heck.
Yes, definitely.
All right, very nicely done. Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs out for DLP. He's going to be finishing up the seed with a official time of 37:43. And with that, it looks like jkoper got the message in race time, so he has forfeited this race. So we will be back momentarily, just in about 5 minutes, and we'll get the racers set up for race 2. So don't go anywhere.
Alright, apparently our runners are pretty much just setting up the next seed for the race, and I think that they're matching up the hash for the seeds, and they will be ready to go in shortly, so... What do you think is going to be like the next world? Like, I mean, the first world for this next seed. I'm going to say that's going to be World 3, and it's going to be a quite a long one, like the one that you have to, like, if you do like the exploration of all the world, you will end up always playing like up to 6 or 7 levels. I don't know, I want to see these runners actually playing around with it.
Yeah, that's a good question, but I'm certainly the wrong person to ask, especially given my track record on guessing first worlds, and it always happens to end up being wrong. Usually my World 3 is my go-to guess, and I went with World 2 on the last race, so I'm just going to keep going with it and hope I eventually strike gold, so yeah, World 2.
So, since considering that I basically like catch up a little bit later on this first match, and we have like up to 5 minutes to start like this race. What did I miss? Did you get to watch any 5-9, 7-5?
No, this was actually pretty team in terms of the quadrifecta of nonsensical levels like 5, 9, 7, 5, 6, 6, etc. Yeah, I would say we had some tricky levels like 5-3, which was roughly around the time that you had tuned in, but it was a lot of the levels were pretty innocuous, nothing to regard highly in terms of difficulty. But yeah, it looks like I think the most noteworthy thing was that they got early clouds from the Hammer Bros and a pretty generous helping of P-Wings. So they had some good backups going into some of the future levels, which was always nice to see.
Interesting, because like if you get to watch the VOD in the Haxor versus Raiko, those were quite seats, like seriously, quite seats. But I still need to watch 5-9 or Atlantis, like, you know, first 5-9 and first Atlantis. So I'm just kind of curious. Did you roll this seat or it was someone else?
Yeah, one of our lovely assistants from SpeedGaming helped roll the seed, so I can't take the blame for that one.
Nah, dang it. Someone in chat is pointing out like a World 7 required Atlantis to start. How about that?
Well, I pity the runners, but at least it'll be good entertaining for the rest of us. So we'll certainly back that hope that it pans out that way.
And someone else says Force Atlantis 5-9 and 7F2 back to back, all three.
Jeez, and I thought that was mean.
I mean, it's not that bad if you. I mean, I don't know. It would be something like 7F2, like starting, then Atlantis, and then 7-5 with a boss race. That would be huge.
Well, I guess I would say that out of those three, Atlantis is definitely the worst culprit. 5-9 is one of the shorter auto scrollers that you can contend with. It only takes about 50 seconds, assuming you don't take any deaths. And 7F2 is everybody's friend, so yeah, I think that's like I was actually looking out for us.
Everybody's friend. Yeah, it's everybody's friend.
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
Everybody has their own opinions on what levels are good and which one's bad. I don't think there's any nuance here. I think everybody loves 7F2, and I think it's a pretty objective statement.
Completely objective, right?
Yes.
Impartial.
It's science, guys.
Alright, so I hope that this upcoming seed we get to see more like a hammer action, you know, like not regarding the hammer suit, but you know, breaking locks, and or maybe they're going to track back like in some race that I actually got to watch, you know, that they get to break a lock and it was supposed to, like, it doesn't leak anywhere else, so they had to track back to actually complete a fort, so...
Oh, no. Oh, that would be so nasty to see in World 6. I think I was actually able to catch that in one of the earlier races tonight. Like, I think one of the races got to the end of World 6, and then they saw that there was a bridge there and had to backtrack, and they already clattered over a really nasty level. I think it was 7-5.
Yeah, that was the second seed. And the third one, I think there were. I mean, it happened something like that, or no. That was the seed. In World 3, I mean, in the last seed, it was something else. Yeah, you have to watch that. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm certainly gonna have to backtrack and watch a lot of the VODs of the matches that were going on tonight. It looks like there were some really exciting ones. Speaking of exciting matches, we also have Proa007 versus myself tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. So it'll be still to be determined which channel that's going to be hosted on. And later on Wednesday at 8 p.m. we also have Midi Guy versus Stewie Cartman. So you're not going to want to miss those.
Oh yes, definitely. So we're about to start this match now with this second match between jkoper and DLP. So we said already World 7 and you said World 2, right? Like
That's
where
right.
the world starts. Okay.
And so we're down to our last few seconds. We should be starting momentarily.
Oh,
All right,
that's
looks
World
like you are
3.
correct. It is indeed World 3. So we have two transition pipes right off the start. So are they going to lead anywhere, or are they going to lead to themselves?
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're
apparently-
going to... All right, so we have some opportunities to split pads here. So yeah, I would say that DLP definitely took the better route, since you have those two forts that are right in front of you, so you have plenty of opportunities to break any potential locks that are required. And there's going to be another pipe that's right around the corner as well.
That might actually be like the path to 1D because there's two forts, two locks, and one like pipe that wasn't checked at all. So that definitely must be the path to 1D. But let's see if they actually get a nice fire flower to be able to beat her. Ooh, DLP taking that damage to that angry sun.
Yeah, generally speaking, you always want to stand on the rows of blocks that come up in this level, because you're in a position where the Angry Sun can never reach you. It's also worth noting that the Angry Sun's hitbox is just a very tiny portion of the top left corner of the sprite. So it's something you want to aim for if you happen to be throwing a shell at it, or a hammer.
Well, we get to see that DLP just encountered 8F. He just got a nice, I mean, he got a mushroom to continue with it because I think he took damage, right? And jkoper takes damage as well, so,
He just
alright.
barely jumped a little too early, otherwise I think he was set up for a good one cycle. Yeah, you definitely like to see a star in at the end of 8F, if in the event you have to do a 2-cycle, because you at least get to maintain your power up while still being able to go relatively fast through those spikes.
Ooh, well now let's see if 8F was actually the answer to break that lock that it's behind that pipe, while jkoper actually decides to... Ooh, okay, so that's the 4 that required. But you have to play it 8-1 anyways. 8-1, randomizer, yeah.
Yeah, 8-1 is one of those things that could go deceptively well in rando, or it could be a total disaster. One thing that you hate to see but happens way too often is that hotfoot just waiting for you right at the end of that blue wall section. And you don't want to have too many of those bullet bills on screen, or else you could potentially despawn the Koopas that you need to boost it to the next section. Otherwise, you're going to be riding bullet bills and hoping that you don't get caught on a bad cycle where there's one right above your head.
Oh my god, that fire nipper right there is so mean. Like, if you were doing, you know, the P-Speed strat right there, it was a really, really bad enemy to have like there because you couldn't have, you know, just bump over it. Oof. And more awkward enemies right now.
It's actually interesting. There's so many ways you could potentially get through 8-1 in Randomizer without, while doing some sort of P-Speed strat once you get past the blue section. But it often requires doing a little bit of a modification of the vanilla strat, which generally involves you stomping on those 2 Koopas in order to get to the level card. But you do a couple pit stops here or there so that you can react to whatever enemies are in front of you. It seems like that Koopas that you use to boost to the upper section is consistently there, so you do a little bit of improvising, and with some careful platforming on those pipes, you can get through it pretty safe and reliably.
Wow, I didn't know about that, huh? Well, you're the expert in here. I'm just here for, you know, the hype. But yeah, we got to see right now that DLP finished out in the blink of an eye with the that Wendy fight. It apparently was a one-hitter. Like she was apparently she was done, you know, done enough with everything in the seed so far. And we get to see those pipes in this World 2 layout like really like not properly because one pipe lead to the other one, and yeah, we got to see some. Oh my god, another roach jump right here.
Oh no. Yeah, he needed that shell, and I don't think he meant to shoot it just now, so he's gonna have to do a little bit of backtracking for another one.
Ooh. Oh my god, no.
Alright, he has the shell. Oh no!
that respawn, oh my god, that was so fast. Oh no!
That's such a bad place to miss that jump.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh no. He knows that he has a cloud, but I think he's not planning to use it right now because he wouldn't actually do him like any favors. I
think that now that DLP has more knowledge of the enemy sets here, he knows how to respond a little more accordingly. Plus, I don't think he plans on making the same mistake twice, especially since he no longer has a fire flower. And yeah, I think he's in good shape now. Can't really blame him for being a little safe.
Yeah, speaking of star kills in other forts, yeah, we got to see that beautiful star kill made by jkoper in 8F. And he's actually just going to fight Wendy, and he's not too far behind, actually. Like, he can pretty much catch up. Hopefully that, you know, the LP is not kind of struggling more with the upcoming levels, but we definitely want to see some neck-to-neck action, right?
I wholeheartedly agree. And yeah, I think that the time that was spent in 2-3 was able to even the playing field a little bit, so I think we're going to be seeing a bit of a narrower gap than we did before, so yeah, love to see those close matches. Hopefully it continues that way.
Oh, and apparently the item from Peach was actually a cloud. So that cloud actually that they have in their inventory. I thought that they fought a hammer bro, but then I just did they actually fought a hammer bro in World 3? I don't even remember.
I think they did.
Alrighty. So we have 2F in World 2, more vanilla here. Oh my god, jkoper doing a fantastic job by just flying and avoiding all the hazards like in 2-3.
Yeah, being able to first try that 2-3 was able to allow him to catch up to quite a bit, so we're actually seeing that play out in real time now. If he's making a really solid one cycle on the spike room now that he had that start to boost through.
Yeah, right now, jkoper looking like his opportunities or his options to complete this World 2 layout, and yeah, like he knows now like what's going to be like his path to Morton, and he's finishing up 3, 4 while DLP, ooh, it's in the carpet port. Oh my god. Oh, so that was basically the fort required to actually finish out this World 2 layout, so
Hmm.
some backtracking here.
I think this is the first hand level that we encountered in this seed so far as well. I know that in race 1 we had the, I think they were giving away stars if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see what this one is. Oh, this one is a star as well.
Okay. Yeah, jkoper is about to receive, the bad news that he needs to backtrack at all as well in order to complete like this World 2. See, this is why you have to do the golden rule. See a fort, play a fort.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that strategy also came in handy for me when I was doing my races earlier tonight. So I think I had a section where I had a cluster of forts right at the beginning of World 6. So I have no idea like which of them ended up being required, but I'm just glad I did it.
Do you think that tonight I just got to see lots of, I mean, the levels that I pretty much encountered a lot by, watching you and watching Haxor's race were lots of water levels, but I haven't seen 6-6 yet.
Yeah, that's true. Neither have I. We've seen plenty of 6-5 though.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
Alright, so we've seen Worlds 1 and, I'm sorry, 3 and 2. So, what's going to be our next world, Sharkin?
It's going to be World 5. I'm calling it right now. Please. I'm manifesting you.
Alright, I'll double down on it.
Nah.
I mean, I totally meant 4.
Yes, sure. I mean, you gotta love World 4. And right now we have that. I think it was 2 forts always in this world layout, and one of them appears to be the Air Force, and DLP just did he just like his jump were too short or?
Yeah, the jump was too short.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I used to leave. Like, you can hover around, like, it's safer.
I respectfully disagree. I do not trust the flutter mechanics executing the jumps the way that I intended it to.
You just gotta believe, you just gotta trust yourself. But to be fair, yeah, it can also happen that you get like slipped from the platforms and you fall. So, yeah. It's a half and half chances,
Not good enough.
Oh, it is. Oh my god, I think it was one and done fort in here. That's kinda weird because it's not that often that I got to see that World 4 just required 1 fort to be completed.
Yeah, World 4 and Randomizer more often than less tends to be a half and half. Either it throws you through a loop where you just have to go through every level to get to the required one, or it's right off the bat on the first island when you start up.
Well, not precisely like the gamble, you know, the 50-50 to get into the final part of this world. It's actually just 1/4, like in the whole world. So that's kind of weird for me, or at least I haven't seen that at all. Yep. 1/4. 1/4 wonder. Let's go.
Alright, so we should be coming up on Iggy on flat ground, so not really going to lend itself to a fire kill in any way.
Well, 3 hits are not enough. Maybe, well, 4 hits will be... Oh my god, this... How are you calling this again? Like this? These thick ears?
Oh yeah, the thickies.
Yes.
Had quite a few of those tonight.
Yeah, really buffed. Well, they would be like supreme buff if they were if they had quakes, but luckily they didn't have. So because getting a quake, a heavy coupling in flat ground, it's totally a mess.
That's an interesting layout for World 1. It's not very often that you see more than one lock in front of the castle.
Ooh, one DLP just taking that death. Do you think it was a drop input right there?
It's entirely possible. I think that he was playing with the emulator before, but he's been having some technical issues, so he's been switching over to the EverDrive as a result. But, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say.
Ooh, when that was a close one, you know, to enter into that pipe. Imagine if he got like, he got vertical pipe. That would have been like really bad for him because he would have landed on top of that hot foot. And right now, jkoper had like, I'm questioning a lot about like his decision of going bottom route with the tail. So right now, jkoper is actually heading to this World 1 layout. Like, he's not that far behind, so hopefully he can catch up a little bit. And DLP, it's finishing off the door for it.
Yeah, it looks like he went into 3F1 with the frog suit, or as Growlf likes to call it, a mushroom in disguise.
Ooh, more clouds from these bros, seriously. They've been quite helpful in here.
Ooh, nice P-speed strats in that World 3 airship we just saw just now. It's a nice job anticipating that early jump on Larry.
Yeah, and jkoper actually playing really safe in this 5F2. I'm not going to blame you at all because I don't know if when it comes to the randomizer, like those patterns of the protobus can be randomized as well. Okay, now it's turn to World 6 to appear. And oh, okay, we have a Claudius right away, and it's 1F. Probably not a require for it, so probably, yeah, DLP is going to grab the item, the heating item on top of this wall. And DLP, it's about to... Alrighty.
Yeah, I think it was ultimately a good decision for DLP to grab that item in 1F regardless of what it ended up being. Just because of the way the World 6 map layout tends to be, there's a lot of divergence in paths you could take, such as the ones between 6-9 and 6-10, or the ones between 6-4 and 6-5. So there's not really going to be many places where you're stuck in a tight situation.
And oh my god, he's clouding everything right now. And look at that, what a perfect timing for a star.
You can't really blame DLP for burning up his clouds at this point. We're in the latter half of the seed right now, and World 6 is very often a place where you would want to start burning them. Oh, and...
Oh no!
Yeah, now that he took... Yeah, now that he took that dot, that, unfortunately, that cloud has gone to waste, so... Have to play one more extra stage than he was intending to, but he still has one more left in his inventory, so... Hopefully, he'll still have it left over in reserve for one of the more nastier levels we could otherwise see.
Well, we're going to pretty much see like the same strat for jkoper in here, but let's see if he's actually going to do the same strat as well. And oh my god! Oh my word! Oh my god!
Foresight was 2020.
Well, I think he's trying to get another clouding here because you don't want to play that. You don't want to play that. But okay, wait up. Did we just see Atlantis and right after that it's 7F2? Holy
I
moly.
believe so.
Holy moly, oh my god. Oh my god! So, the one that actually claimed this first Atlantis and then 7F2, congratulations, you got it! jkoper, oh my god, jkoper, he's doing the same thing, he's catching up, oh my god! Oh my god, this is going to be, oh my god. I don't want to see this, but at the same time I do. Oh my god, this is so intense.
See, I told you 7F2 was everybody's friend. I mean, I'm sure jkoper and DLP might not agree at this moment, but it's providing great content for us.
Hey, but jkoper is doing a fantastic job overall. Like, the way that he dodges everything, like... I'm kind of wondering if he has some experience with bullet hell games, you know? Oh my god, he's oh my god. What a nice enemy set right in here in the basement. Oh, he got to despawn that second dry bone, so he's out of there. Please, boom boom, don't. Just don't, boom boom, just don't. And he's out of there, oh my god. Oh my word, what an intense game right now, and I think that, yeah, DLP... He's about to play this, oh my god, that bridge is missing, so... Oh, and
yeah.
oh my god, jkoper has a pewing, so this is... Oh my god, this is going to be a neck and neck, oh my god!
Yeah, jkoper's gonna gain like 30 seconds since he didn't have to go in there and get that extra power up along with the Tanuki suit. So I would say they're pretty much tied right now. Plus or minus just a couple seconds. But the suspense is killing me. That frozen frame.
Yeah, seriously, like I want to know what's going on with DLP right now, but we deeply apologize about these technical issues. It might be like his stream, the rest stream. I mean, yeah, we're just here, you know, just feeling the intensity of this race right now. Alright, jkoper on his way to fight Lemmy in this Ludwig arena. So we're going to probably see the upcoming wars could be which ones, I guess? War 5 and which one?
I think 5 and 7.
Oh, right. So which one do you think it's going to be?
I'm gonna go with 7. I mean, both of them are pretty much out of clouds and hammers at this point, so if they end up getting lost, they're gonna have a really fun time trying to get to that southeastern island.
Oh, and apparently they were pretty much neck and neck right now. Like, yeah, they just finished out the airship like pretty much at the same time. The only difference is that we get a commanding here with the Tanuki, and it's World 7. Oh my god, with a 4th right away.
Yeah, it looks like jkoper is actually in the lead by about 4 seconds right now.
Oh, nicely timing by jkoper of waiting a little bit in the elevator so he could actually, you know, just take 1 damage boost and, you know, make his way up to the to this side of the fort like as Big Mario. I wonder if why he didn't go for the clip, but yeah, right now we get to see DLP with the fire kills, so jkoper is doing that as well. Okay. And let's see if our runners are going to get stuck in this pipe maze.
Oh no, it's actually ends up being a pretty reasonable World 7 layout. Oh, we got 7-6 beta, so we're not going to have any enemy sets to contend with, so just keep on swimming.
Yeah, indeed, just keep swimming, people, and he's out of there. Now jkoper is going to actually enter to this, or maybe not. Oh, that was the level. Oh, okay. So, they're basically going just to skip this Piranha for the, and it was a Jet World 7. You love to see it. Well, you guys, not me. I do love to see runners, you know, just trying to remember which pipe was the one that they need to check. So, I deeply apologize if you have been tortured that way. And Ludwig seems to be a friendly Ludwig, being a one-hitter. You love to see it. Oh, this race is so close. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's definitely close enough to be anyone's game right now. World 8 could definitely work its wonders at this point.
And to be fair, they don't even have hammers, you know? The great equalizer might actually be the one that it's going to be judging, like who's going to be the winner for this race. So, ooh, what a bad bro! Right, entering to 1-3.
Yeah, between the fact that we're in 1-3 and we have 3 more hammer bros that we can encounter, it's not too late to get a hammer. But are they really going to bother at this point now that they're so late in the game? Looks like DLP is going to take his chances, sacrifice those maybe 10 seconds, see what he gets.
I'm going to say it's going to get a cloud or something like that. Oh, never mind.
Not even.
I mean, I was wishing for the best. Oh my god, and jkoper with the same luck with that hammer right entering to that level. Like, can you believe it? And jkoper is going to do pretty much the same of getting that item. Ooh. Well, they're being like just one level apart of each other. No hammers, no clouds inside, so what's going to happen next? Like, they're going to be it's going to be a long World 5, probably?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I don't know how many locks are in the cloud right now, or how many forts.
Well, right now we're just entering another like French vanilla because 5F1 in pretty much like the ground section of World 5. So yeah.
Yeah, speaking of 5F1, that was some pretty impressive dodging we saw on DLP's side.
And the bridge was built to the other side, and we have a marathon apparently. Oh, we had a little bit of a marathon.
That had to have been at least a movement of 6.
Oh, and 5-3 as well in here. Like, what's going on? Where are the randomized levels?
Yeah, I think we saw quite a bit of World 2 coming up in the World 3 map before, so got a bit of it today.
Well, right now, with that like a bro movement difference, jkoper is still like just one level behind or something like that. It's if you were calculating, you know, the RTA, how much of a time would be like a, you know, of a difference in between these runners?
Kind of hard to say. What are they? Maybe 2 levels apart right now, 2 or 3. So, considering that levels tend to be about 20 to 30 seconds on average, plus you have to factor in that randomizer levels tend to take a little bit longer because you have to modify your approach depending on what the enemy sets are. I would say they're probably about 40 to 50 seconds apart right now.
Okay, and now we get to see that jkoper is being really cautious, trying to keep that that lead. Nonetheless, he doesn't know that if he actually, you know, did some damage boost, and he might actually go for the wall jump, you know, in this 6-9 that DLP just completed, and might actually save a little bit of extra time. And look at that, there's a hammer in there. Ooh. Ooh!
Oh, that's not very often that you see the fire bros that nasty towards you.
Oh my god, and they keep going. Oh my god, these fireball are not giving DLP any chances right now. He must be really safe considering of his lives account, so this could be huge for jkoper right now.
Yeah, it's not very often that you get such a bad shooting cycle on those fire bros, so the fact that that happened in the first death is pretty unusual, but if you're ever faced with that situation where you just have to keep refighting them, I would just continue going for the one that's in the front.
Oof, luckily, the next level, I mean, on the other side of the map, there's only like one level, and jkoper is actually approaching really like fast right now, and it's 610. But the only thing that DLP has like kinda like an advantage right now is that he has a hammer and jkoper doesn't. So this can be really helpful in World 80, you know, if there's any luck required to get to Bowser. But who knows? World 80 is called the Great Equalizer for a reason, so...
Yeah, we have already encountered the Bowser ladder from before, so DLP has one more chance to get an item from the Peach letters.
Imagine that being another hammer. We're going to find that, I think in 7 seconds? I don't know. Or 17? I always forget how much it's fanfare and everything going.
Yeah, I think that from the time you grab the wand to the time you reach the Peach letter, it takes about maybe 25-30 seconds.
Really that much? Wow. Oh, you couldn't see. But right now we get to start, ooh, with a handheld, and he managed to skip that right away, and this 4F1. All right, now we get to see if jkoper is going to be really lucky as well. Yes, he is, and he's going to enter to the pipe. Oh, he's going to be exploding right away.
Ooh,
Oh,
got
and
2
there's...
bridges.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So imagine that this is one of the forts, or probably it's not. I don't know. Oh, okay. So we still need some more of exploring right here. And that fort, it's not required basically. So if jkoper actually just uses his, hammer, he can actually save a little bit of time over DLP. Or maybe not, I don't know. This is going to be an intense ending for this race, oh my god. Oh, I thought that Ford F1 was a tank, so that's why he skipped it, but apparently okay. So this is going to be huge. Oh, and they're going to play all 4 forts apparently, oh my god.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way.
But to be fair, they have the free path, to get into those forts, because the locks are broken, and I mean the 2 locks that were in the whole World 8 are broken, and now they're pretty much just trying to find like their way to, go into those forts.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I guess the only thing you have to really watch out for are the A1 and A2 panels, or any hands that can come up in the dock room by surprise.
Like that. Well, DLP decides to actually go for it because I think it's because of his live account. Like, he cannot afford to take that much of a death, being, a hand level. So, jkoper is catching up. That's the fort he needs. And apparently there's no hammer suit or another... there's no hammer suit or fire flower on their inventory. That's going to be a cuddle strat kill.
Yeah, luckily they both have power-ups in their inventory that'll allow them to be big going into Bowser's castle, so they have one more chance to grab a power-up, possibly a fire for Bowser. That's pretty much their only chance right now for a quick kill. Otherwise, they're both going to be, just dragging it out.
Well, DLP, he's pretty much off to go. He knows where to go right now. And jkoper, I think he got lost by that awful hand bridge with full of pipes. Like, what is your way back? Seriously. There you go. Oh, and he didn't get grabbed by the hand. Well, considering yeah, that DLP it's already in Bowser Castle, it can be, I don't know.
Ooh, he lucked out. So now we're gonna see DLP's signature clip from the midsection right here. So he's gonna go right over that question block, and for one, it seems to help his odds of getting a good subpixel to get in there. Looks like he took 2 shots at it. He's gonna ditch it now and go the old-fashioned way.
Well, jkoper can actually catch up in here as well, so this clip might actually decide what's going on, but the hand it's telling, like, nope, you're coming with me.
Yeah, what a time for DLP's screen to freeze just right as he's about to enter Bowser. He'll either be wrapping things up by the time he goes live again, or he could still be on that clip for all we know.
Yeah, pretty much.
God, it's so unnerving to see jkoper entering Bowser's Castle and DLP just standing there in front of the door. Even though you know that's not what's really happening in real time, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, this is pretty much just such an intense way to wrap up this this second match. Like seriously, like is still P, is still like in the race. Is he done with Bowser? Did he take damage with Bowser? Like he did take a death. I mean, we don't know. Well, while jkoper finishes up, he's going to be doing some cuddle strats, like you know the Bowser hitbox is only on his head, so if you're basically cuddling, sorry about that. Sometimes my tongue just don't want to work.
Oh, totally relatable, no worries.
Yeah, you just have to cuddle him. That's the point. So that's why we call them cuddle strats.
Alright, and with that, Bowser's out, at least on jkoper's side, so ladies and gentlemen, get your GG's out for both of our racers. And it looks like their official times in race time are DLP won with 38.03 and jkoper with a 39.45, so well done to both of our racers. We'll see if we can get them in here for interviews.
Okay, so we have confirmation from the SpeedGaming staff. The DLP won, but apparently he turned off his stream before it caught up. Like before, like we got to, you know, watch the way that he finished up the fight. And I don't know if jkoper is going to be like you know down for some interviews, but I know that DLP. I think he might be gone to sleep or something. So.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, if DLP is opting not to do interviews, then we'll, you know, like we'll do our best to reach out to jkoper. But if we can't reach him, then I guess we could just move forward. But yeah, just while we're, I guess, allowing a couple more minutes for them to reach out. Yeah, just a reminder of the schedule that's going to be going on for the rest of the SMB3 randomizer. Coming up tomorrow, Tuesday, November 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll have Pro 007 versus myself. We will both be proceeding in the semifinals of the winners bracket. So still to be decided which SpeedGaming channel that's going to be streamed on. And then Wednesday at 8 p.m. we'll have MIDI Guy DP versus Stewie Cartman. So you're not going to want to miss those.
Hey guys.
Oh, hi, jkoper. Yeah, GG on those last two races. Very nicely done.
Oh, I mean, the first one was pretty much a wiping of the floor with myself. But the second one, yeah, I mean, that was obviously the closest race I've had in this bracket, so I feel pretty good about it. Yeah, I see that he accidentally discarded delay, and I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna challenge that. He can have the win, and I don't have to do a game 3 with him. So.
Okay, well, we certainly respect that, and yeah, thank you for the wonderful performance between both you and DLP tonight. Yeah, as you had mentioned, the second race did end up being significantly closer. I think that for the majority of the race, DLP was probably in the lead by maybe 1 or 2 levels, but there were a couple instances where you both were syncing up. I know that there was one major error that DLP made when he was burning through his clouds in World 6. Came up across 7-2, which I think was a very similar route that you've taken. But he ended up taking a death and having to replay those levels, and one of them ended up being Atlantis. So that gave you a great opportunity to catch up. So by the time you both were in 6F1, you were only like 4 seconds apart. So yeah, I think that gap widened a little bit towards the end of the game, maybe about 40 to 50 seconds. But it did end up being a pretty linear World 8. Looks like you both ended up taking a pretty similar route as far as the fort order goes. And when you play 2 forts and see you still have 2 bridges left, there's not really much more you can do. It's kind of unfortunate that you couldn't have like a star finish, considering you got grabbed by that hand multiple times.
Yeah, if I hadn't played games with the pipes, I probably should have known that there weren't any other pipes left. I was thinking maybe I'd get around a regular stage to get straight to the fort or something like that. I was taking a chance to try to win a race. But had I not played around with the pipes at the end, and had I not gotten grabbed by the hand a couple times at the end, then maybe it would have been really close. Like, I would have definitely been in Bowser's Castle when he finished, at the very least. But that's all I know. I'm pretty happy with my decisions and how I played overall in the second one, in particular. The first one, I don't know. It was okay, but could have been better.
Yeah, I would certainly agree with your account, though. I would say that you certainly did a really solid job. I saw that there were a couple instances where you really wanted to take it safe and not really gamble any P-speed strats, especially in stuff like 8-1 and 5-3. And honestly, no one can really blame you for that, considering the kind of enemy sets that they can really lend themselves to. You really have to diverge from how you would normally do it in the vanilla game.
I mean, I don't even know the P-street strats. I just play the levels. I don't practice this game or anything like that. So, I just play this for fun. So.
Yeah, that's totally fair, and especially since you don't want to encounter something like boss fast and you're trying to run over very small single tile gaps. That's usually a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
To be fair and to be worth mentioning, if you get to do like the P-speed strats, and I mean if you get really used to it, when you get to encounter those nasty enemies like Paragoombas, the Fire Nipper, boss basically like in places they weren't supposed to be, it just takes you by surprise, and sometimes it tilts you way more easily than if you just play it safe like the way that you used to. So I got to say that the way that you approach to this randomizer is quite interesting, and I really admire it. Really, totally do.
Oh, thank you. You're very kind in your commentary for sure. So appreciate it. But since this is my last game of this, I just wanted to say thank you for putting this on. Thanks for the people that donated for it, and thank you for all of the commentary and whatnot all of you have done and are doing. Looking forward to watching the rest of this, and you should all watch the Zelda 1 randomizer semifinals starting tomorrow night. That's where I'll be. So
right on, and we wish you the best of luck in your future Zelda tournaments. I had a chance to see a couple of your Link to the Past runs. I know you're a very solid runner yourself, so all the best to you, and yeah. So,
thank you.
Be sure to give jkoper and DLP316 a follow if you haven't already, as well as Sharkit and myself if you feel so inclined. I think coming up next on SpeedGaming schedule, we have I think we have SMZ3 that's going on the main SpeedGaming channel right now, so do be sure to check that out. And with that, I'm Teaksy88 with Sharkid, and we hope you all have a wonderful night.
Yeah, definitely. It was a blast to be joining here with Tix to do this commentary, and definitely looking forward for jkoper's matches for the randomizer tournaments, and go watch the SMC3 tournament right now, or I don't know if it's some sort of race, but definitely you don't want to miss it. So have a good one, everybody, and remember, keep swimming.